And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's time for viewer calls. We're going to have our own theme for that very soon. You mark my words. All right, first up in the queue is David F. from the great state of California. Hello, David.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. What can I do for you?
Well, I just was listening. I've watched your show for quite a bit, and a lot of the things you're saying, Obama's, I don't know, I think he's, well, I don't want to say my opinion of him, but, I think as far as ISIS, they are terrorists, and I think if we're going to send any kind of military after them, we have to go in heavier. They're going to get hurt.
What you mean? You mean our troops, if we don't go in heavy, will get hurt?
Oh, everything. If you're going to go after somebody, it's kind of like Vietnam. Go win the war. Don't play.
Yeah, well, he keeps saying degrade and ultimately defeat, and talking about 2,000 airstrikes in 6 months. That's not very impressive, yet he's bragging about it. And as Paul Vallely said, if you're talking about you've degraded and you've destroyed and you've killed and you've destroyed infrastructure and this and that, well, let's see the proof. Where is everything you've destroyed? Anyway, David, great to talk to you. Betty W. is in Alabama. Hello, Betty.
Yes, from Alabama. You have a wonderful show. We watch it every day. And you tell truth about everything, which I am so proud. And why don't he, this president of ours, so to speak, why don't he just tell ISIS people, hey, we're coming over there, we're going to give you the time and the date and everything. He hasn't done a thing until the Jordan pilots went over there to bomb them, and then he shows up after, the third? But brother, when they took out the Jordan pilots, the Jordanians went right over there right then and then.
Yeah, well, you're saying that he's giving out too much information, the president. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't tell your enemy what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and how much of a time it's going to take, and that's all ridiculous. It's always been ridiculous, just like he's announced right along the timetables for getting out of Iraq and for getting out of Afghanistan. So I look. This is a man who says he doesn't like to use the word victory when it comes to Afghanistan. This is a man who says the Taliban are not our enemy. What could you say about him? We've never had a president like this before, and I think it's to our detriment, without a doubt, Betty. All right, Betty, thank you very much. Hey, folks, if you want to give a quick call, it's 561-369-0081, 561-369-0081. And people weighing in on the president and his address to the nation about a little over an hour ago now, and it was very, very interesting. All right, let's go to Kenny H. in Georgia weighing in. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Steve. It's the first time I saw your show. You sound great and talk about some good subjects, but
thank you.
I'm so disgusted with my congressman Isaacson and my Congressman John Woodall. One of these guys in the Republican Party is going to get some peyotas and stop passing these budgets and, do what's right for the American people. And this high, this uninflated interest rate, that's BS.
Well, I, before we get to the interest rate, I agree with you, and this goes to the leadership. Now, John Boehner came out after the president, or right before the president spoke, knowing what he was going to request, and said he has problems with this request. Well, John Boehner has talked tough before. In fact, Mitch McConnell, all of them, when they ran in November, they all talked tough. Oh, we're going to Obamacare, and we're not going to let them do the immigration order, and we're going to defund this, and we're going to do that. And then what do? They give him all the money he wants, even for Michelle Obama's lunch program. So I don't know what to believe when they say certain things. But, Kenny, you got a good point. I'd like to see Congress really rein in this president. But I don't know if they have the guts to do it or not. Time will tell. All right, folks, thanks for joining us on the viewer caller segment. Always appreciate that. And coming up next, It's going to be the Rob Williams Closing Bell Report. Did we just rename it? It's the Closing Bell Report with Rob Williams. Don't go away.